Dear students, good morning. Welcome to Deep. Don't worry, it's not a deep video. I want to talk to you about the recent journey which I made and what I learned. In this, there are three words. One is choice, the next is nurture, the third is endurance. Now, in this case, believe me, I saw something which has really inspired my soul. So, I will give you the story of a person before I get into what I observed. I'm not a great storyteller, but I'm making this attempt to make you understand that achieving something depends on choice, what the decisions we make, with what decisions we love to live. So, in this context, this is a Rishi Valley school. It was there in, it is there in Madanapalle. Close to Madanapalle, there is a hill station called Harsley Hills. On that place, there is this Rishi Valley School. So I have a friend. His name is Rajesh Chigurupati. Mr. Rajesh, he was employed with a software company with 3 lakh rupees salary per month. All of a sudden, he took a decision to resign to his job and joined as a teacher with 30,000 as the salary. Then obviously to make such a decision, there has to be something which was compelling. Then I wanted to know that strong reason. What might be the greatness of that school? What might be the reason which pushed Mr. Rajesh to make the decision? Rajesh went to different countries. He was there in London, he was there in Spain. He saw the world. Then, this particular decision, don't you think it is something defining of a personality? Now, Rajesh is just like you and me, but he wanted to go by his heart rather than his mind. Then, I started in a bus the day before, that is 29th May 2019, and reached around 8 o'clock in the morning to Rishi Valley. Rajesh came and picked us. So he took to the dining hall in Rishi Valley School. Very good, decent dining place. And it was happy to dine with children and to dine with teachers out there. Now, he started explaining about the school while we are taking our breakfast. It was established around 1920s by none other than Jiddu Krishnamurti. You know, the Jiddu Krishnamurti is the famous philosopher, and every place, every building has its story over there. Rabindranath Tagore, Gandhiji, Indira Gandhi, Krishnamurti himself, everyone walked on that place. Everyone gave their soul, mind, understanding of education to that place. Now, around 300 students are taken every year. Indira Gandhi's friend Pupul Jayakar was there. Her daughter Radhika, she is the principal and managing that institute today, and it is foundation. It's a no-profit organization. Now it is spread around 100 acres. So when I started visiting that place, campus, it was so moving. So this is the classroom. So nature brings in necessary humility. Nature teaches you love. Nature teaches you nurture. Nature teaches everything around you. So today we are in a competitive world. We all believe that. We all know that. There is no competition. There are no ranks. Nothing. You grow to your happiness, contentfulness. These are the words they are talking about. Give the child the freedom to learn what he likes. Make the child grow with a reason, understand the things with a reason. So let him be happy. Let us use his tiny hands to do the work which he likes the most. These are the things which they are talking about. The previous week I visited another school which is for competitive examinations. It's purely a commercial establishment. their ranks. Will my child get into IIT? These are the questions. Then I asked to Rajesh, do you get the similar questions in this school? Our children are by and large successful in life. And parents are really powerless over here. Because once they come to this place, see the nature, see that small, nice voice of the birds, see the cows, and see the gardens, see our farm, and how the students are working in the farm, they know that it is the all round development of the child that matters over here. Now, after this introduction, let us come to the first thing. This is the classroom. A child can sit on a tree and listen to the class. Now, this is the chair of the teacher, and this is where the students learn. And then, this is a big tree. Under this big tree, there is a classroom. Students can sit in any position, any way, and then just they can listen, ask doubts. They can talk freely. There are no power differences. So then, obviously, this explains when you are sitting in the nature and trying to learn something about a subject, then obviously you are free to learn. So, what Krishnamurti says is this: if you are creating walls around and a board and a teacher, then obviously you have started restricting their view, restricting their vision, restricting their surroundings. So, the freedom comes from removing the physical barriers around you, removing every barrier, then that makes that mind to flourish. So, don't you think this school is innovative? Now, let's go to the slide. This is one thing which is interesting to me. This is a small hut. In this, students sit and discuss, talk freely, debate. There is no moderator over here. They can talk on anything and everything. I use in my classes regularly about democratic spaces, how the democratic spaces develop. So if we are teaching the child under an authority structure, authority system, do you really develop the democratic mindset among the people? Our leaders who are nurtured under the authority system of education, will they have free mind and free space? I don't think so. Many times I felt in the race for competition, I lost my childhood. And I have a dream to establish a very good school. In the process, I started visiting various schools across the country. So, what did I feel that loss? Where did I feel? I think from 4th class onwards, I am in the race for competition. First for Navodaya Vidyalayas, then for medical college entrance, then for in the medical college, USMLE entrance, then for civil services. Life is always with competition. Where did I have the free mind to grow? Where did I have the pleasure of my childhood? Where did I have the democratic space? I saw the punishments when I did not learn something. So, here, no punishment, no homework. Just you need to sit. If you are willing to, participate in a debate, whatever you like. You talk everything under the sun. So, these democratic spaces are created everywhere. Everywhere. So, every classroom will have a democratic space to discuss. And the next part. So, see here in this picture, you can see the craft work, lot of craft work going on. So, this is made by the children, and these are made by the children. So, every child can choose the craft which he likes. And for 5 students, there is one teacher. You can learn anything. So, you can learn pottery. You can learn painting. You can learn music. Don't you think the person who is nurtured in this environment, he is more balanced, more happy, contentful? We may be successful in a materialistic world. I can make hundreds of crores of rupees. But will I be balanced while I make my choices? Will I go by heart which gives me happiness? Probably not. Now, this craft school itself was spread around 1 acre of land. And the next is, see this is the music school. Children gather over there on every Friday. They sing to their heart. There is no religion over here. They chant Vedas. They talk Kabir. They sing Mira. Anything and everything. So Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, everything, anything which is good in that is been spoken and that is debated too. So every preaching is debated, every preaching is challenged, every preaching is answered. So it means the foundation for reason, the foundation for spirit, the foundation for happiness is being laid over here. And the next, this is a small sand pit. You know, child like to play in the sand. So they can make wonders in this sand pit. So how many schools have these sand pits today? We do not know. Now, surrounding all these are the classrooms. These classrooms where the teacher, if they want to teach something on the board, they go there. Normally, under the tree, there will be a classroom. So the greenery everywhere. Now, these are not curated gardens as like in hi-fi schools. These are naturally grown trees which are more than 80, 90 years old. So that a big tree, it brings you sense of nature, sense of environment. The fresh breeze which comes from there gives you the sense of this. No building in this is air conditioned. Every building is, the temperature in this hot summer, it is around 27 degrees in that place. Don't you think 27 degrees when the temperature outside is 47 degrees is remarkable? And it's due to nature. We moved a lot away from nature in the name of development. And this school is trying to bring children the consciousness of self, consciousness of need, the consciousness of greed, etc. So that's why children can make decisions. Next is, this is one study which they have conducted. Now in many of the schools, government schools, teachers are not available. And the learning outcomes of the people are very less. So then, in the same classroom, how shall we train the students from 1 to 5th class with one single teacher? For that, they have developed a model classroom. So in every classroom, it has, say, so much of the open space to see outside. Today in air-conditioned classrooms, what is happening? These grills are not there. They can't see anything outside. So whenever teacher is teaching something, they shall be able to watch the birds, watch the nature. And the second, this system is now followed around 26 countries. The classroom structure, curriculum which this foundation has started is followed in 26 countries. And then outside they kept the benches and everything. What is the reason for this? A child can sit outside while the class is going inside. There is no compulsion for you to go inside the classroom. You can sit inside the class or outside the classroom, or anywhere for that matter. But remember, the learning shall come from everywhere around. That is the philosophy. Now, okay, let me stop about the Rishi Valley School there. But again, the nurturing is an art. And this nurturing happens in the schools. And this nurturing happens surrounding happiness, surrounding nature. That's what I learned at the Rishi Valley School. Now, let me come to this bike. It was hot summer. I can say I was addicted to air conditioning. It means from morning to evening, in one or the other way, I sit in an air conditioned room. Exposure to sun is minimum. And my mother saying that you need to get yourself exposed to sun. Don't you think you are becoming too much comfortable in life? So in this question, this bike belongs to Rajesh. When he was working in a software company, he got this bike. And I always fancied this bike. And my financial position did not allow me to buy this. And Rajesh wanted to give out this bike, and I am the first to catch it. And in this context, it is 520 kilometers from Rishi Valley to Hyderabad. And by 10:30, we almost closed our meeting in Rishi Valley, and we saw the school and visited the school. And then we want to go for Horsley Hills. I am using the word we. There is a person accompanying me. His name is Venu, who is my friend. We went to Horsley Hills. We spent some time over there. And then we have to start back to Hyderabad. 520 kilometers plus Rishi Valley trip, and we lost the direction somewhere, and totally it added up to another 50. So around 570 kilometers of distance we have traveled in total. Then the temperature outside was 46 degrees. When you are riding a bike at 100 kilometer speed, you feel like it is around 50 degrees. Right? So, in this context, I wanted to test my endurance. Will I achieve or not? I have one bad habit, or I can say, big mistake in me. That is the problem of touchdown. What is that? So, till the last minute, till the last drop of the effort for a work, if it is necessary, I drop at 99% or 95%. I work close to the goal, final limit, but I drop it before the final limit. This is my weakness. If I see if there are any failures, probably the reason behind that is not able to work till the deadline. So how shall I do that? That is what is the question. So I took the challenge. Let me ride this bike till home. That is what is my challenge in mind. So we started. Then the things were not very cozy. Very cozy. But there is one goal. Let me reach home. So initially new bike, powerful bike, 750cc. It's Harley Davidson, and it has a very great engine. And obviously it is the street 750 bike, we call it as. So we started. Initial enthusiasm made us to drive, and we reached till Kadri. Kadri is one of the city in that Anantapur district, I think Chittoor or Anantapur. And we had our lunch. Then we started feeling the heat of this sun. It's almost around 1 o'clock. Now, the temperature is too hot. So, only goal for us is to reach home. So, in this context, Anantapur is around some 70-80 kilometers away. So, while after reaching the Anantapur, I was almost kind of fallen under a tree, had some soda, and I called my friend Mr. Bhimaya and said, God, we need fitness. God, driving this bike is crazy, and I think I'm getting dehydrated. So then he stated, uh huh, I said that you will not be able to drive the bike. Then I thought, again, it's going to be wrong. I shall drive it. And I got severe back pain. It was 10 years back when I drove this bike. I mean, when I drove a bike, not this bike, a bike. So, in these many years, I got a big tummy and I am overweight. I got severe back pain. Shall I stop this? It appeared. I shall stop this and I shall keep this bike in some transport. Then there is Venu who was sitting behind me. And Venu started sympathizing with my pain. He said, I will get the bike for you. You can come in a bus. Then we reached Anantapur, and at the Anantapur, I wanted to drop Mr. Venu. Because someone, when they are sympathizing with our pain, it appears, the pain appears increasing. I felt it on that day. So I asked him to come in bus. I wanted to drive all alone now. Because when we have something to fall back, always we feel that alternative exists. So let me kill this alternative first. So when there is no alternative, then obviously we shall move forward because I'm able to connect this to my preparation. When civil services, and I'm a doctor, I have got great USMLE scores. When I started preparation for civil services, when I lost in the interview, I felt medicine is my alternative career. I went to US, spent time over there. But when I felt that is not my heart, I came back and gave my civil services. I shifted between the things. And I have friends who motivated for those shifts. So when I had an alternative, I have an excuse too. So I wanted to drop that alternative completely. I am in the middle of the ocean. For me, only the way to save myself is to cross the ocean. So I got him into the bus, then started my journey again. This time, I wanted to take more breaks. So for every 40 or 50 kilometers, I take one break and hydrate myself. So as I have no alternative, I have to ride the bike. Then I am very clear what shall be my strategy to reach home. The problem is sun. Okay, let me hydrate. The problem is back pain. Let me take the breaks. And then the problem is the so called loss of interest or driving for this, the pain of not able to meet the goal. So divided the things into 50 kilometer small goals and stopping everywhere a new thing found. So in the, for example, there is a garden, a fruit vendor was there outside the garden, and the tasty mangoes which are naturally grown in that garden are being sold over here, and a small baby who is malnourished over there, and that baby was the child of these people who are selling the mangoes, buying from the garden and selling it over here, and they don't have anything other than a thatched roof. Every day that is their job, and they are in the midst of this 46 degrees temperature day in and day out. It is 5 years girl who is bearing this 46 degrees heat on a day to day basis. When 5 years girl is able to bear it, can't I do it? When I asked this question, that 5 years girl was a motivation. I gave her a biscuit packet which is there on my saddle bag, and I started moving around. I bought some mangoes, kept it in the saddle bag, started moving around, started moving forward. And then I reached a city called Karnool. In the Karnool, my mom has called me, and I told her I am safe, do not to worry. And then she suggested me to go and have a food at a Udupi hotel in Jedcherla. So it means I have another goal. That is, I shall stop in Jedcherla, have a very good food, and that's the best advice she gave me because I am a foodie. I love to eat great food. So from Karnool to Jedcherla, which is around 120 kilometers, I shall hold my breath to have a very good food. So this food is another motivation. And then after that, next I have to come to Hyderabad, which was 80 kilometers away from Jedcherla. So in Hyderabad, I have another teaser, that is Halim, was also my favorite. So I was waiting to complete this 80 kilometers, and once I reached Shamshabad at Bawarchi, Green Bawarchi, I gave work to my taste buds. So finally from Shamshabad to home, and at home my dog was waiting for me, and that is another motivation. So a small girl who is facing the heat at this garden, which was 70 kilometers away, was one motivation. And then my mother's call was another motivation. And then the taste buds of my own self for the other motivation. So these are small things, but they have motivated me. And finally, the fun to see my dog, fun to show my bike to my parents, that was the another motivation. So this entire motivation finally made me to reach home. And now, see this. Once I reached home in my reading room, so my mother saw me, and then she said that your color has changed. This was my original color, and this is after tanning. So because of the camera it appears white, but this is the color, actual color, after I drove the bike. It means even today I have that dark tan on my skin. But it did not. I mean, it is a small thing before the happiness of endurance after successfully reaching home, which I got. So the story is this: divide your goal into small steps and get the success at every step, every day, every week, every month. And the sense of success is not just about bigger things, it is the smaller things. The sense of motivation is not about bigger things, it is about smaller things. Motivation comes from all around. Motivation comes from pain. Motivation comes from pleasure. The pain of the small girl was the motivation. The pain of the good food, the pleasure of the good food was the motivation. So then I understood motivation is all around us. And motivation do not come for us somewhere else. It is not somewhere else. It is with us. So this is a small story which I wanted to share with you. Finally, I came home around 12 o'clock, and my father was very worried. He's coming on a bike for 520 kilometers. But my mother was assured. Yes, he reached home, And then he finished the task. He crossed the final lane. So, always, what was the mistake which I was doing in my life? I was able to overcome with one incident. And it gave me the confidence and courage. Anything and everything which I do, I shall do it to the end. If I start it, I shall finish it. That's what is the lesson which I got. And I can do that. That is the confidence this bike ride in the midst of the sun, midst of the summer gave me. And this is Venu, whom I dropped at Anantapur and asked him to get into bus. And thank you, Venu, for everything. And wish you all the best. Again, two carry home points. The choice. I learnt it from none other than Rajesh. Now, why he made choice, I understood it. There is a reason. And when I saw the school, and I felt his nurturing future, and he is feeling that pleasure of doing something great, meaningful, where his life mattered. That's what I call choice. The school is an example for nurturing a future. And I tested myself and how I got motivated myself. This is another story. So these are things. And finally, this is my dog, Svecha. So Svecha means freedom. I have three dogs. One is Asha, that is hope. The next is Beam, it is strength. Svecha, it is freedom. So with all your strength, protect your freedom and always be hopeful about your freedoms. This is how I named my dogs as. The most little one is a Shih Tzu. Her name is Svecha. I play with her a lot. Thank you very much. Have a great day.